Hello everyone, so this is the class about the murals and the work you had to do on these sets of images and on the video. So in this first series of images, you can see murals that are present in the city of Belfast, and these are old murals, the murals that were painted during the Troubles. So what can you see on these murals? Globally, you can see defensive images and sectarian imagery, because you can see people or gunmen, so lots of gunmen who are represented as heroes who protect the neighborhood, the community, and defend the citizens who are oppressed and attacked by the other side, by the enemy. You have plenty of images of violence through the use of weapons, of death. And these murals present the other side as the culprit, the one that they should kill and take down. The goals of these murals were first to mark out territorial boundaries, and this is what you can see here. It's a way to enforce limits and to set a frontier within Belfast between the Catholic and the Protestants, between the Unionists and the Loyalists. It was also a way to celebrate their heroes and commemorate their acts, their deeds, and even their crimes, but for the benefit and for the sake of the community. These murals aim to assert their differences and their identity. They were a means to voice their political statements and to spread their message. So these murals represented their political and cultural identity. It was through these symbols of violence and weapons and death. It was also a means to fuel the conflict and to a form of verbal weapons to attack the enemy without physical weapons. So it was a means to intimidate the enemy and to forbid the enemy to trespass their territory and to cross these boundaries. We can see it also as a form of propaganda to spread a message and convince people to join the side and to fuel this conflict and to fuel this hatred against the enemy. So to conclude, these old murals that are still present in Belfast represent and embody the violent past of Northern Ireland, this period of the Troubles. It highlighted the division of the nation from the inside, and it is a reminder of their past, of their difficult past, and this conflicting period. Now, you had to analyze another set of images. So we can guess that these images or these murals, they are still murals, are more modern, they are new, and these are the new murals that you can find in Belfast. So what are the differences between these murals and the old ones? So you can notice that there is no affiliation with one side or the other, with the nationalist or with the loyalist. The topics are more varied, and the images are more positive and uplifting. It seems that there is a call for peace and for cross-community relationship, These murals aim to transcend sectarian division and the community division, and they tend to reflect more modern issues that are present in Belfast today. So these new murals that we can described as liberal and secular are moving away from the violence of the past and from this sectarianism which has divided the nation since the beginning and the creation of this nation. So the video that you had to see is entitled Should Paramilitary Murals in Belfast Be Repainted? So in 2013. With the link words here, paramilitary murals, this refers to the old murals, so the murals that are aggressive and that are spreading a message of violence and of violence. So we talk mainly about these murals, and the second keyword is this idea of repainted. So the issue of the video is about whether we should or must repaint these old murals by new murals. So the issue is about deals with what people can think about the old murals, and whether we should erase them or whether we should erase the past that they represent. So in the video, you meet a man, who is a muralist and who is a former IRA volunteer. So it means that he was directly involved in the conflict, in the troubles, and wanted a union between Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland. So you can guess that he was physically involved in the violent conflict. So this man expresses his opinion about the murals, and the main idea that he has is that for him the murals represent a medium. A medium is a tool, a means to transmit a message from one side to the other side. And it's a form of intermediary to pass a message in an indirect way, whether the direct way to pass a message might be less efficient. So he thinks that the murals in Belfast are a medium to reach a larger audience and to reach further. So these murals for him reflect the society of the past, but also the society of the present and the issues that Northern Ireland has to cope with today and in the past too. So it's a means to publicize a message, and he really insists on the fact that we can't forget the past. So according to him, we shouldn't repaint the murals, because this is part of the past of Northern Ireland, and this is part of the heritage of Northern Ireland. And we need to be aware of this past, because we can't change it, but what we can do is change the future. So for him, it is possible to make the two types of murals coexist in the city of Belfast, to show that the future can only be built if we are aware of what happened in the past. And as a muralist, he thinks that he has a duty, the duty to find solution for the future. And he thinks that as an artist, he has this responsibility to help people to heal the wounds of the past, and to help them move forward, but by being aware of what happened in the past, and especially the young people. So, if we try to go a little bit further and list the different arguments that people can develop if they agree with repainting the murals or if they disagree with repainting the murals. So, people can be against the old murals and can want to erase them because they might think that these images of violence encourage young people to commit violent deeds and maybe to join paramilitary groups that are still existing today, as we saw with the splinter groups. For these people, they might think that Northern Ireland needs to go beyond this image of violence and need to find their own identity away from these troubles and away from these violent images and away from the flag, in a way. So a means to reshape the identity of Northern Ireland through new murals. These people might think that the new murals that are focusing more on peace and more varied subject could help to normalize the relationship between Protestant and Catholics and between the two sides, because these murals don't fuel tension, conflicts, and division. For them, they might think that it will help Northern Ireland to move forward and to transform Belfast into a more peaceful future. So for this group of people, repainting the murals, the old murals, and repainting them by new murals could help Northern Ireland and the different communities in Belfast or in different cities in Northern Ireland to move forward together and not divided by past resentment. If we think about people who don't agree with repainting the murals and who think that we should keep the murals in Belfast, they can have different arguments. So they could think that these murals, as they are representing the troubles, remind people of their past, and it could, and as a consequence, it could remind people of the violence that they had to suffer, and in a way make them try to avoid making the same mistakes. So as a form of teaching a lesson to be able to build a more peaceful present. So it could be one argument. A major argument is that these murals, as a historical proof and also as an artistic works, are part of the heritage of Northern Ireland, part of a historical heritage, but also part of an artistic heritage. Moreover, it's as an artistic heritage, it's also a tradition of mural painting that was born within Belfast, and new murals are not as traditional in terms of techniques as they used to be during the Troubles. It is also they can have very pragmatic arguments because these murals attract tourists. It's a really touristic attraction, and through these murals, tourists learn about the history of Northern Ireland and as a very specific nation with a specific history. So it's very pragmatic because it attracts people in Belfast, and thus it can help the city economically speaking. And these people can also have another pragmatic argument. It's the fact that repainting murals costs money and costs a fortune. So it is a way by keeping the old murals to spare money for the city. Right. So we made a list of the different arguments